Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble codes P2098 and P2099 are linked to the fuel trim system and indicate issues with the post-catalytic converter operation on Bank 2 of the Honda Pilot models from 2016 to 2022. P2098 specifies that the fuel trim is too lean, suggesting insufficient fuel delivery or excessive air. In contrast, P2099 indicates that the fuel trim is too rich, meaning there is too much fuel in relation to the air mixture. Both DTCs require a methodical approach for verification and troubleshooting to ensure the engine runs efficiently and to prevent potential damage over time. The components involved primarily include the front air-fuel (AF) sensor, located upstream and responsible for measuring the air-fuel mixture, and the secondary heated oxygen sensor HO2S, downstream to check for accurate catalytic converter performance. This presentation will walk through detailed diagnostic steps to identify and rectify these faults. DTC P2098 indicates that the fuel trim system on Bank 2 is too lean, while DTC P2099 highlights that it is too rich. These trouble codes reflect discrepancies in the fuel mixture after the engine's catalytic converter, which is critical for emissions control. The front AF sensor's role is to measure the air-to-fuel ratio before it reaches the combustion chamber, ensuring optimal combustion. Its location is right before the catalytic converter on Bank 2, where it directly impacts fuel delivery. Conversely, the secondary HO2S, positioned after the catalytic converter, checks the efficiency of the catalytic converter, signaling whether the engine's air-fuel mixture is within acceptable limits. Errors in these components can drastically affect vehicle emissions and performance. Several factors may lead to DTC P2098 and P2099. A malfunctioning front AF sensor on Bank 2 is a common culprit, as its readings directly affect fuel trim adjustments. Exhaust system leaks can result in extra air entering the system, misleading the sensors and causing a lean condition. Blockages in the exhaust system can lead to back pressure issues, throwing the fuel mixture out of balance. Additionally, problems with the secondary HO2S, which monitors the catalytic converter's function, may give false readings about the exhaust emissions. Moreover, underlying fuel system issues, including clogged injectors or low fuel pressure, can also cause these DTCs, necessitating comprehensive checks of all related components. The symptoms associated with DTC P2098 and P2099 manifest through various driving and performance issues. Drivers may notice a decline in engine performance, including sluggish acceleration or reduced power, particularly during demanding conditions. Rough idle can occur when the engine struggles to maintain consistent RPM levels, indicating poor fuel mixture management. Increased emissions may be detected through external inspection or failed emissions testing, signaling that the vehicle is not complying with environmental regulations. The illumination of the check engine light serves as a direct indication of ongoing issues within the vehicle's engine management system. Addressing these symptoms promptly is crucial to avoid further complications and maintain optimal vehicle operation. The first step in troubleshooting DTC P2098 and P2099 involves turning the vehicle to the on mode, which powers the onboard diagnostic system. Following this, clearing the DTC using the Honda Diagnostic System, or HDS, is essential to reset the error codes and allow for fresh diagnostic information. Starting the engine is the next crucial step, enabling all systems to be evaluated under running conditions. After initiating the engine, the next action is to hold the engine speed at 3,000 RPM without any load until the radiator fan activates. which tests the engine's response under controlled conditions. It is essential to monitor how the vehicle behaves during this process before proceeding further. In the second troubleshooting step, after confirming engine operation, the technician needs to maintain the engine speed at 3,000 RPM again. However, it is critical at this point that the air conditioning AC is turned off along with all electrical components, as these can affect engine load and performance readings. Performing the cylinder air-fuel AF test through the HDS is the final action in this step, allowing for an assessment of fuel conditions across engine cylinders. This test should be conducted 3 times to ensure reliability and accuracy of the readings. If the results are satisfactory, you will progress to the next troubleshooting step, whereas failures necessitate further investigation into the DTC P2098, which deals with air-fuel variation in the cylinders. The third step is to turn the vehicle off, allowing for a safe working environment to inspect critical systems. The exhaust system requires a thorough examination for any leaks, clogs, or blockages that could interfere with sensor readings and fuel trim adjustments. Any detected leak in the exhaust system between the front AF sensor and the secondary HO2S can directly impact the lean or rich conditions, leading to the trouble codes. Similarly, external blockages or internal clogging within the exhaust pipe may create back pressure affecting engine performance. Depending on the inspection's findings, repairs or replacements may be warranted to restore the exhaust system to proper working order. For the fourth troubleshooting step, the technician will substitute a known good front AF sensor, Bank 2, to ascertain whether the original sensor caused the issue. This involves carefully reconnecting all necessary connectors to ensure proper communication between components. At this stage, resetting the powertrain control module, PCM, with the HDS is crucial, as it clears any stored data and allows the system to relearn parameters for optimal operation. Following the reset, conducting the PCM idle learn procedure is necessary to adapt the idle settings to the new sensor. The technician then starts the engine and again maintains it at 3,000 RPM to monitor the system's response under the newly established conditions. The final repair verification step necessitates monitoring onboard diagnostics (OBD) status with the HDS for DTC P2098 and/or P2099 after system adjustments are made. This crucial step checks whether the vehicle has returned to acceptable operating parameters and whether any trouble codes have reappeared. If the HDS indicates a passed status, it confirms that the previous repairs were successful and that the system functions properly. If the HDS shows failed, it indicates that further diagnostic procedures are required, likely checking the front secondary HO2S for possible faults. Ensuring that all repairs are confirmed through continuous monitoring is fundamental to maintaining vehicle reliability and performance. Preventive maintenance is key in avoiding recurrent issues related to DTC P2098 and P2099. Regular checks of the front AF sensor and secondary HO2S can catch faults before they lead to more significant problems, ensuring consistent fuel trim management. It's crucial to maintain the integrity of the exhaust system. Periodic inspections for leaks or blockages can significantly affect performance and emissions. Monitoring fuel system health, including fuel injectors and pressure, prevents conditions that can lead to a lean or rich fuel mixture. By incorporating these preventive measures, vehicle owners can ensure better performance, reduced emissions, and prolonged component life. To summarize, understanding DTC P2098 and P2099 is vital for effective Honda Pilot maintenance. Identifying symptoms early can prevent further complications and ensure that emission systems operate effectively. Following systematic diagnostic steps provides a clear pathway for identifying and resolving issues related to fuel trim. Incorporating regular preventive maintenance, including the checks of critical components like AF sensors and exhaust systems, helps avoid future DTC occurrences. Engaging in these practices promotes vehicle efficiency and compliance with emissions regulations, serving both environmental and operational interests of the owner. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.